Hello and welcome to the Overwatch semifinals for high school. This is the second semifinals game that we have had. And this time it's Steele versus Smithereens on Oasis. So let's see what happens here. We got Spirals. I have to turn the volume down, it's so loud. Okay. Spires just going in as Reinhardt, just annihilating the entire team. Somehow gets 3, and that's a team kill. And it looks like Steele's gonna take the point with this right now. And Spires is just not even letting him enter sight. He does not care. Losing a lot of health here, though. It's pretty bad. Gets a stun on the other line, but eventually goes down. Let's see if Steele can come back from this, or if they're gonna scatter. Looks like they're scattering now. Roofers, the line on the enemy team, takes sight. Now it's back to Smithereens. So far pretty balanced. Oh my gosh. Spires with the ult from the red. Gets a bunch of them. Stuns Ryan. Just going after him. Even with a Mercy attached, still kills him. Now going after the Mercy. Mercy and Cassidy versus the world. And just like that, Steele takes sight right back. And again, Spyro's just with insane aggression. Oh, but Oofers getting the ult on him and is now nanoed but frozen by the Mayol. And it's just back and forth with these Reinhardts here. Spyro's coming out on top, and somehow Steele hangs on to the site, killing basically the entire team. Literally rushing into their spawn, killing the Mercy with a long range charge. I don't know what's happening, but it seems like they're keeping them in their spawn here. Spyros with the ult again, getting ready to use it. You can see him, he's just dancing around. Oh, the May ult gets through the wall. Spyros escapes barely, but oh, and gets the ult. Kills the Moira, turns around, gets another. Reaper with the kill, gets 4, gets 5, and Steele just takes the first round. With Smithereens only getting 28% on the site. Well done, Steele. Not gonna lie, Spyros was definitely a key player there. Kind of just tell by the aggression coming out. Let's watch the other team though. Let's see what's up with Smithereens here. Looks like they're changing up their team comp a little bit. Maybe they realized, you know, wasn't working too well last round. But we do have Sigma coming out instead of Reinhardt. We've got Kiriko now, and it looks like Echo, so a couple of new characters rather, new heroes, newer heroes. I guess Sigma's not that new, but you get the idea. Here we go. The entirety of Steele is going on the upper level here, seemingly giving Smithereens sight, but I'm sure they'll push once it unlocks. And there it is, Spyro's pushing down on site. Spyro's first oof right now. Oofer's just getting healed like crazy, somehow staying alive. Gets a couple kills. Going for the May, gets the May. Trying to get Spyros out of there. Does seem to be their main concern right now. And Spyros goes down! Smithereens actually has a chance to take the site here. It looks like they're going to, just being just as aggressive as Steele was in the first. Pushing them back into their spawn, trying to get as much percent on the side as possible here. Looks like they're just gonna hold this choke right here. We do have a switch coming out. Looks like we have Diva now instead of Reinhardt. Might hold a better fight against Sigma, tank v tank. But Sigma is just doing so much here. It's getting healed constantly. Or their Moira, it looks like. Young Phoenix just trying to get anything. Really targeting the Diva here. Oh, gets a wall on the Lucio. Almost freezes him. That was kind of cool. We do have Kiriko. Oh, the Diva ult clears the site, but the Mei wall kind of saves their life there. Back to Sigma, just nailing shots left and right. Gets the Cassidy. There's a Torbjorn now. When did that happen? Looks like we have... I don't even know what's happening. Echo became Diva. Sigma's going down quickly here. Spyros is getting a couple. There's two. And there we go. That's the Steele that we know. Taking back site. 73% though from Smithereens. That is crazy. And looks like they're doing a similar strat here. Just kind of sitting in the doorway. Not letting them get any distance. Anywhere close to the site. Here we go though. Let's watch some Echo, shall we? Huge push on the site here. Looks pretty balanced, but... Oh, I take that back. Smithereens is getting kills here. Couple trades, but mostly just Smithereens. Clearing the site, pushing him far back again, and now it's Spyros versus the entire team. That is a good ult, but Sigma shield comes just in time. Doesn't get much there. And it looks like, despite this little guy on site, Smithereens. Oh, and Lucio. Lucio's contesting here. This is huge. This might give Steele just enough time. Oh, but they get the Lucio, and with 5 on site, Smithereens gets control it once again. 80%. Ramattra comes out from Spyros, pulling out the big guns here. Trying to do as much damage as possible, possibly get any pick, and there's the pick that they needed. They're using that to push in. Ults are going off, so are abilities. Spyros gets slammed into the ground. Sigma's trying to kill Spyros. And it's overtime. The side is contested. Cassidy's ulting from up top. Trying to get Sigma does. And suddenly there's 4 Steele alive on points. With 99% by Smithereens, Steele takes it back. Potentially holding them back from winning this round. We'll have to wait and see, but Ramatra's just pre-firing all the corners. There we go. Gets some damage off. We got Torbjorn's ult. We also have a Mei ult on the other side. Oh, here we go. Torbjorn's ult goes in, tries to get any picks. Doesn't succeed though. Kind of flanking by themselves. Sigma seems to be pushing a little bit. They know they don't have much time. 95%. Someone has to get on the point. And there it is. Sigma does. But it looks like it's pretty balanced actually. Spyros is trying, gets stunned though. The tanks are both full HP, but Sigma's going down very quickly. Seems to be the last one on point right now with Kiriko. And yeah, they just look like Steele is just swarming them. And there it is. 99 to 99. But Steele takes the second round and wins the first map. So congrats to Steele, but they do have to get through a couple more. So yeah, we'll be right back for the second game. Stay tuned. back for game 2. Quick intermission, just change the maps, get some subs in, you know. But yeah, we got a beautiful new Queen Street for the push map tier today. How crazy this map is. You know, Overwatch team really did a good job. I'm not gonna lie to you. So cool. Alright, and let us begin. It looks like we have Steele on offense here. As in they have to be the ones to push the little robot guy. Spyros is back on Reinhardt, but is versus Winston this time. Looks like Oofers plays quite a few tanks. We've got a Genji here, Mercy now. We've got some good people, and Spyros goes down. Winston was just annihilating him here. Now going the back lines, going for the Mei. Beautiful wall though. Wanting to chase Mei so bad, but lets one of the other players get it instead. And yeah, it looks like Smithereens is actually gonna be the one to push it first. Did forget how push worked for a second, but they got it. I forgot it could go both ways. But Spyros, despite that quick death, does not switch off of Ryan. Let's see, we got Hanzo. I forgot what this guy's name is, but a healer. So here we go. Here's the push coming in from Steele. Looks like they're getting a couple kills here, but I don't know if it's enough to push. Spyros is alone, isolated, dies to Winston. Winston gets 2, maybe a 3rd here with Cassidy. Does, and Lucio is just trying to either run away or contest, but looks like run away would just be annoying. Seems like the right move here. And with that, Smithereens does back up, as it is very deep in enemy territory right now, but they did get the first pushes. Does look like they're gonna back off though and wait for their full team to do another push. Here it comes though, Winston going up. We got Winston v Winston now. Spyros got the memo, realizes it might be the strat, and is just picking them left and right, being annoying as Winston is. Kills one. Hanzo ult gets another. Hanzo gets 2 actually. Smithereens Winston does ult, but I don't know if it's enough with all of these picks going off. Hanzo's getting destroyed, but again, I don't know if it's enough, and it's not. Steele finally has the upper hand here, and is pushing the robots in the right direction for once. So well done, Steele. See if Spyros can get back in time. Does look like they're all kind of together right now. This could be a good 5v5 coming up. Let's watch Genji. Genji does have their ult. Somehow kills Spyros. Ults, oh my god, going off, but the healing is just too strong, and it's a wasted ult, just like that. But can Oofers make something out of this? Going to the backlines again, just trying to get any picks, being as annoying as possible, knowing that he has a Mercy. Just tanking so much damage here, pushing the robot back as far as possible. And it's running, it's going fast. If you guys weren't aware, once you move the cargo, the robot moves really fast, because it doesn't have to push anything, obviously. But here we go, Spyro's going for the backline. There's that ult. Trying to see if he can get the Mercy out of here, because that would really save his team. Allow for some easy kills, I think. Just fully targeting the Mercy. Still doing it, just jumping up in the air. Finally, he and Lucio tag team and get her out of there. Now on to the others, but Oofers is still alive and just does what Oofers does. Runs around as Winston and basically saves the team. But it does look like Smithereens is barely gonna hang on to control here. Looks like they only have a couple on site, with more to come. And again, here we go, the full fight. Cassidy ult doesn't get any, but Marco actually gets one with a headshot from afar. Gets two. Marco's popping off right now. Here we go, Winston versus Winston. Never mind. Spyros went straight to the back line, got one. That was beautiful. Moira ulted. Doesn't do much, to be honest. Does get some healing, but ultimately dies to Cassidy. Lucio ult on the other side. There's so much health happening here. Looks like Marco's trying to solo some kills. Getting a couple hits in, but not enough to make a difference, it seems. Oh, the Hammond coming out. Oh my god, immediately goes for the Mercy. Beautiful roll, but it does. He and Lucio again are just a beautiful team when it comes to killing the Mercy, and Spyros goes back to point, prioritizing, which is good. Gets a little bit of distance, but Smithereens realizes and heads back. Seems to be just, you know, basic little fights here and there right now. Oofers is just trying to be annoying, and so is Spyros. Another Cassidy ult. It does kill the Reaper. Mercy res immediately though. And Reaper gets his revenge. Hanzo ult doesn't find anything, and for some reason Steele is not hanging on to, or not pushing this robot back right now. This is kind of free if they realized, but it doesn't seem like they care much. Just trying to pick off as many players as possible. Here we go, there's Kiriko back on site. And we'll see if Mr. Face Stealer here can get any picks as a DPS. Is careful, does hear someone up top, but ultimately just trying to get anything that he can. Getting targeted by that Winston, man. Oofers is relentless, but does get the Mercy. That could be terrible for Team Smithereens here. Winston doesn't have as much healing as before, but somehow Young Phoenix comes in and gets 3 with the Reaper ults. That was beautiful. Well done, Young Phoenix. Face Stealer gets one as Ashe. I haven't seen anyone play Ashe in a while, so that could be fun. Spyros is just still being an annoying little Hammond, as always, but Young Phoenix is like, you know what, I see you and I don't care. I'm gonna shoot you anyway, but does die, so doesn't do much. Here we go. Spyros trying to get the healers out of here. Target the most integral players, try and make Smithereens fall apart. Oofers is stuck all alone. Can he escape? Spyros finally gets Moira, which means he also gets Winston out of there. Reaper's rushing on the site, trying to salvage anything here, but does inevitably die. And it looks like Steele is finally making some progress, pushing the robot back. Maybe they'll get some, but we'll see. Because it seems like Smithereens is holding their ground relatively well right now. They let these little pushes happen, but they ultimately just come back. And here we go, Spyros and Oofers, the ultimate 1v1. But yeah, it actually seems like Smithereens is getting pushed back quite a lot. Steele's push may have just been too much for them to handle at this point, but they are making progress. They're close to where Smithereens is now on the other side. They do need to push it one more. Oh, there we go. Hanzo ult. Spyros actually gets 2, but dies. Not sure what happened over there. Kyber does have the Lucio ult, which, you know, should probably be saved for this inevitable Smithereens push, but I guess we'll see what he does with it. Just trying to get any picks. booping Oofer's back to protect his teammates. And Oofer's is just getting kind of melted right now. Here it is. There's the Lucio ult, which does indicate a little bit of a push coming up from Smithereens. So many picks from Steele. Even though they're at Smithereens spawn, Smithereens just can't get back on site fast enough. But Oofers with the ults is just smashing people around, trying to find anything, or just contest the site really, but does end up dying. Looks like, yeah, it looks like they're super close here. In overtime, can they stay on site, and can they push this like 2 meters in front of them to win? That line in front of them is what they need in order to win, that gold line. Lucio is doing as Lucio should, wall jumping around site, keeping it contested so that his team can come back. Another Hanzo ult comes out, doesn't get any, but is good, huge for clearing the site actually. And there it is, team kill by Steele. Can they get it across the line? Doesn't look like there's any Smithereens in sight, and there it is. Steele winning the push map, second game in a row to win. Smithereens did put up a very good fight there, it was down to the wire, but Steele does come out on top. So again, we'll be right back for game 3, but yeah, stay tuned. Here we go for game 3. Steele versus Smithereens. Steele currently has 2, Smithereens 0. Game 3 is a beautiful map of Eichenwald. Look at that castle. Can't go wrong with that. But this is a hybrid map, so you'd have to capture a site and then push a payload to the end, which is inside this beautiful castle. And it looks like we have Steele on defense here. Spyros is sticking with the hamster, immediately being annoying, but getting heavily punished. Taken down to half HP, but heals up relatively quickly, so it's all good. This is a tough map to push because the chokehold is just so small, but it seems like Steele's almost pushing back, like prioritizing the site itself. And Smithereens doesn't seem to be capitalizing on that though, and they are just kind of staying around the choke, trying to get a couple picks before they full commit. But it looks like Markle's the only one getting picks here, and Spyros, but Cassidy with the quick shots, and it looks like Smithereens' first push was a fail. Spyros is just sitting up top, being annoying as heck. There we go. Getting a little bit more aggressive. That's the Spyros we know and love. Smashing into the back line, going for the Ash, but does get trapped by the Mei while his teammates are trying to save him and he barely gets through. It's still, Smithereens is not capitalizing on that. Trying to get the Brigitte, but is alone, health going down very, very quickly, and gets sniped out of the sky by Cassidy there. And Smithereens is just falling apart. Steele is just too strong here. Hitting every shot, killing everyone they need to kill, and Smithereens just doesn't really stand a chance right now. We do still have 2 minutes, so you know, it's not the end of the world, but it's definitely worrisome that they haven't been able to get past the choke for this entire round. Unless they can get Spyro stuck back here. I don't know if they'll get anything, and here we go, here's the attempt. Getting him stuck in a room, there goes most of his HP, he's still stuck, but he does get through. As Hammond, that's just the beauty of the character really, is you can just do something like that with pretty much no consequence. There we go, there's the push they were waiting for. Nano on Winston. Winston's trying to get his ult here, just doing as much damage as possible. McCree ults but doesn't get anyone. There's the ult from Winston going off. Oh my god, barely makes it. Almost falls off the map actually, but still, even with that planned push, Winston seems to be the only one on site here. His entire team is dead or battling the Hammond in the backlines. But here they come now. It's still 5v5. Trades are going off left and right. Sumo's alone on the point against Spyros. This isn't going too well. It does die. I mean, you can't really do much there. And still, Smithereens, now with just 60 seconds, is getting just picked off one by one. The push, the chemistry, the coordination just isn't there. And Spyros is now sitting on this ult, which will probably shut down this last push here unless Smithereens can pull something crazy. They do have 2 ults of their own, but they've been struggling to get past. Yeah, and Phoenix goes down. They've been struggling to get past the choke in the first place. So without any huge plays planned, it doesn't seem like much will happen. But here we go. Hammond ult going off, going for the Mei. Sorry, the Mercy. Mercy does die. Looks like just Oofers now. Does get a couple, but yeah, you just can't do much there. And with Smithereens not even touching the site, Steele takes the first round and will now try this push themselves on offense. Who knows? Maybe there's always a chance they don't have coordinated pushes, and just kind of flop and you know, get none of the site as well, but that seems very unlikely given how they've been playing these last 2 games. But yeah, I think they just have to get, like, capture a portion of the site, I think is usually how it works, when a team doesn't get any progress on the site whatsoever. So they should just need like about a third or a fourth of it, and which requires honestly 1 good push, because Smithereens here starts all the way back there at that little hut, and they have to run all the way here by the time before sorry, not by the time, before Steele captures a small portion of the site, which seems very hard to do unless you're, I don't even know what character could get there on time. So yeah, this is gonna be tough for Smithereens to hold here, but I do believe in them. You know, they did show up last game, almost winning, but they're gonna have to do pretty much a no death hold here, or very minimal death hold here. But with this Hammond on offense, he can just kind of do this and get a couple picks and then maybe swing off the tower and get on site and allow all the others to push in. But they might not be able to do that. Depends here. There we go. Spyros is going in the back line, trying to get the healers before committing to the site, it seems. And isn't that successful, it seems. But their tank goes down and the picks come in one by one. And there it is, all 5 of Steele members on site to secure game 3. And it looks like we have a winner, so congratulations Steele. It looks like you will be going to the finals. I believe the finals are against, let me double check before I say anything that's incorrect, but I believe the finals are against Reagan. Yeah, so number 1 seeded Reagan, number 2 seeded Steele will be in the finals. But thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you come back for the bronze match. I think that's next week if we're having that, and then the finals, which is the week after, as well as Valorant on Wednesdays and possibly Rocket League on Fridays. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you